I just want to talk very fast here because I'm so paranoid that they're going to pull the plug on us here in the Rose Garden.
Welcome to today's cable news craziness, where we take a look at some of the craziness that takes place on cable news. Today, CNN's reliable sources and their reliable joke of a presenter, Brian Stelter, is hanging out with Media Matters' Matthew Gertz, whose claim to fame is having a name close to Matt Gaetz. I'm not joking. Go look at his Twitter profile. That's basically the only thing he uses it for, is to say he's not Matt Gaetz. It's just brilliant stuff all the way around. Anyway, what you're about to see right here is an absolutely embarrassing display where two grown men whine that other adults won't post selfies on social media. Roll it.
And, I think it's really important to see all these TV anchors, personalities showing themselves getting the shot. We've seen a lot of vaccine selfies from lots of folks at lots of different networks. It's been really inspiring to see. The Today Show even brought the co-hosts outside for a live group vaccination this week. And Rachel Maddow on Friday on MSNBC talked about how she was really fearful of the needle, really worried about it. And yet it was important to get the shot, and she did, and there she is talking about it on air. So I say all of that to make the following point. Where are Tucker and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham? Where is Ainsley Earhardt and Steve Doocy and Brian Kilmeade? Where are the biggest stars on Fox getting vaccinated? I get it's a personal choice. I get that's between, the hosts and their healthcare provider. But everybody else is doing it, right, Matt? I mean, all across television, all these anchors are rolling up their sleeves. Why do you think we haven't seen the biggest stars on Fox News get vaccinated or show us their vaccine selfies?
I don't know. And I think that Fox has a really unique responsibility here. I mean, the network's hosts have been telling their viewers for decades that they cannot trust any other network. They can't trust CNN. They can't trust the newspapers. The only people who are telling them the truth, they say, are the people at Fox. And so during a public health crisis, the network is the only way to reach its viewers with information like that. And they are the ones that the viewers trust. And so when instead of telling their viewers, look, go get the shot, it's in your interest, it is safe, it is incredibly effective, it will get us back to normal, they are raising questions about its effectiveness, raising questions about whether it is dangerous. That does a lot of damage. Steve Doocy should get vaccinated live on Fox and Friends. It would save lives. It would save the lives of his viewers. I don't understand why they won't do that.
By the way, it should have happened in February. Like, it's April. Where are they? And, again, they're making a personal choice. Fox will give you a list of all the personalities that have said they've been vaccinated, some of their news anchors, some of their commentators. But the biggest stars are the ones that are most trusted by the Fox audience. And they're choosing not to spread the word. It's a really curious choice.
Now, this should come as no surprise to anyone. Brian Stelter is absolutely obsessed with Fox News. Apparently, according to these guys, Fox News is wholly responsible for the pandemic. I mean, Trump's actually responsible, but because Fox News is basically Trump news, they're responsible as well. So because these guys spend all their time watching Fox News, they have to find things to complain about. And now the thing to complain about is that these individuals who dare to host shows on a station that they don't like have not come out and said, look at my vaccine, look at my Fauci ouchie, I got it, you should get it too. They are leading to the virus spreading more. Now, this ignores a couple of key points. Michigan, New Jersey, New York, and California, and other states that Brian Stelter and Matt Gertz probably agree with, states that have mask mandates and lockdowns and all sorts of stuff. Those are the ones that are continuing to see the coronavirus in numbers that are not seen anywhere else. It also seems to ignore that Andrew Cuomo was treated as an absolute hero on this very network right here when he was a total failure, lied, misled, and is in trouble probably not only politically, but legally. And then finally, it ignores that Chris Cuomo, a guy on the same network where Brian Stelter hosts his media criticism show, which is most likely a talk radio and Fox News criticism show, that guy, Chris Cuomo, employed by the same network, went out of his way to lie multiple times about his own coronavirus experience, helped his brother mislead people on this very network, and generally did a terrible job while violating quarantine, while lying about where he was going and what he was doing, while staging videos in order to pretend he was coming out of his basement for the first time. None of that is important. The Cuomo Brother Comedy Hour, not important either. What is important is that you know, if you're watching CNN, that Fox News isn't putting out selfies in order to convince their followers, their viewers, their listeners to go out and get the coronavirus vaccine, because apparently that's the job of a news organization. It's pretty telling what Brian Stelter sees his job as an activist, as someone who's supposed to get out there and tell people what to do. Well, he doesn't seem to understand that the problem here is nobody's listening to him. All he is doing is creating cable news craziness. That's why we see Brian Stelter so often on this series. If you'd like to get more cable news craziness, we'll have some for you soon. So like, follow, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey folks, Dale Jackson here from my friends at University Kia. And listen, I've been driving Kias for years, over a decade, actually way longer than that, and I absolutely love it. My wife made me get a Telluride for her. It's an amazing vehicle, my favorite Kia that they have ever made. Grant, my son, loves it as well. It's big, it's roomy, and it's amazing. The best part about University Kias, though, is they'll help you find the car that works for you and your family. So head on down to University Kia today. Check them out online at universitykia.com. And when you talk to my friends over there at University Kia, make sure you tell them Dale Jackson sent you.